HLN.
It's the cover at the center of the controversy in this issue of Rolling Stone, sending an important message, or is it offensive? Online, the backlash is everywhere. Several stores are vowing not to sell the magazine. But Rolling Stone is standing by the choice. On NPR's All Things Considered, managing editor Will Dana explained the rationale for this cover.
We thought it was the apt image because part of what the story is about is what an incredibly normal kid he seemed like to those who knew him best back in Cambridge, his fellow students and the teachers there. And we were trying to sort of draw this contrast between the person everyone thought they knew and the person he became. All right.
I understand the explanation. Let me bring in my guests to get their take on it. Jason, I'll start with you. So the explanation is they're trying to say, hey, he's a normal kid. This is the face of terrorism. Don't think they look a certain way. What do you think?
I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible politically. Look, it's journalism. They have the freedom to put whatever kind of covers that they want. But I think it is problematic. It's not just the too soon, but it's the idea of why are we picking and choosing which terrorist that we want to humanize? If we want to talk about terrorism, then present him in the same sort of negative way that you present a lot of different people. I think it was a bad choice, but ultimately they have that kind of freedom. They're journalists.
They have freedom. Tanya, what do you think about what they did here? Because, you know, the obvious comparison, a lot of people are comparing it to the Jim Morrison cover, the way he looks. It's a glammed up shot, and it's a picture that he posted online, something that he obviously thought made him look good.
No, sure. I mean, look, I think there's no question but that they intended to be provocative. Pop culture publications, especially ones like Rolling Stone, sometimes thrive on bad taste. But I do think, and I think that there is a political message in it that's a little separate even from the way that the editor described it. I don't think it's about humanizing him. I think it's about showing that terrorists look like anybody. I think that there is some value to reminding people that a terrorist can be a cute guy with good hair, with a backpack next to you. I mean, not to make people paranoid, but I do think that this idea that all of them are sort of, you know, these guys with long hair and big beards that look like foreigners, I think that there's some value really to disproving that.
Yeah, but the cover of the Rolling Stone, I mean, that's a prestigious place to be put. Do you think it's going a little too far, John? I think it's glamorizing and almost saying, wow, look at this. He did this, and he gets the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Well, I think it's brilliant from an advertising point of view. Look, you and I are talking about it right now. Everybody's talking about it. And if you remember a few years ago, they made Osama bin Laden the Man of the Year on Time magazine, not because they were trying to be controversial, but to make a point. And I think that's what Rolling Stone is trying to make a point. And I think Tanya's right. They're trying to show you that, hey, this is a regular guy. It could be your neighbor. Think twice about who the terrorists are. And I think it's trying to bring awareness to the American community at large. Not so much trying to insult us, but trying to educate us.
Is there a way to do that, Jason, without putting him on the cover?
Yeah, there is. You can talk about this issue. No one did this with Timothy McVeigh. Look, we've known in America for a long time, terrorists aren't just people from the Middle East. It can be white guys. It can be black guys. It can be women. I don't think there's anybody in America who didn't realize that terrorism can come in many colors. This is all about advertising, if that's what they want to do, but they can't pretend that this is about actually educating people, because it's not.
Timothy McVeigh didn't have rock star hair. I think that's why I didn't put him on the cover.
This is different. John, Jason, Tanya, thank you all so much. Fantastic job. Michael Jackson was on top, poised for a major farewell concert.